Dolphins. My name is AVC. I'm joined by Max opponents and Tenant Riders. Say hello, boys. We're in a very state of uncomfortableness right now. But that's not why you're here. You know why you're here, so let's get some fantasy football going. Max, please go to your lineup before I begin to lose my mind.
All right, quarterback, I'm going Eli Manning against the Saints. The Giants have been off to a pretty slow start, but they showed a lot of improvement last week. They kind of got Eli going out of the pocket a little bit more. And the Saints' defense has been pretty terrible all season, so I think the Giants are starting to pick it up. And last time they played was a shootout, so I think we're going to see a lot of points from Eli.
All right, I'm going with Ryan Tannehill to Miami. Seriously. I'm going with Ryan Tannehill, the Miami Dolphins, going against the Patriots. I was not a big believer of the Dolphins this year, but it's hard to argue that they've played well. And the Patriots' defense has been bad this year. So, and the Dolphins always do tend to do well against New England anyway. So, I think Tannehill will be a solid start this week.
Yeah. Running back, I'm going Wendell Smallwood of the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not totally sold on the Tennessee Titans yet, offense and defensively. I'm not a full believer yet. They haven't showed me enough.
You're not a believer? You don't believe?
Not yet. But J.J. is supposed to be playing, but with how well Wendell Smallwood played last week, and Corey Clement's still questionable, which isn't a good sign on Saturday, I see him getting a decent amount of a workload. So, I don't know. He's one of those all-purpose guys. He can do really anything. So,
I'm going with running back Austin Eckler from the Los Angeles Chargers. I still did that. The Los Angeles Chargers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. I've stated this in a previous video. Eckler is pretty much the new Danny Woodhead. Rivers likes those types of guys. He's put up solid points every single week. And San Fran's defense is not good. They're not good. And without Jimmy, the defense is going to be on the field a lot. So we're going to see a heavy dose of the two running backs from Los Angeles. So look for Eckler to get you some good points.
yeah. Receiver, I'm going Michael Crabtree of the Ravens playing the Steelers. The Steelers' defense just hasn't been nearly as good as anyone thought they were going to be this year. They've been pretty terrible. And Crabtree is kind of the first solid, kind of all-around receiver that Baltimore's had in a while. So I see him getting down the field and beating a lot of people. And Joe Flacco still has one of the best arms in the league. So I'm going with Crabtree.
All right. Well, I'm going wide receiver Antonio Callaway of the Cleveland Browns. A couple people asked me about him. I kind of wanted to stay off him even after the Tyrod Taylor game where he got the Hail Mary, just because I wasn't really sure what his workload would be. But now with Josh Gordon gone, now with Baker at quarterback, it definitely seems like he's really the number 2 receiver here. And against a Raiders defense that is just awful. Jakeem Grant is very similar to Antonio Callaway, and he destroyed the Raiders last week. So I could see Callaway doing something similar.
Yeah. All right. Tight end, I'm going Trey Burton versus Tampa Bay. We haven't really seen Mitch Trubisky really drive down the field to any of his big targets like Allen Robinson that they got in the offseason. It's been mostly his running backs and Trey Burton who's been getting a lot of the receptions, and against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers team who just came off a short loss to Pittsburgh, but it was really Jesse James and Vance McDonald who got a lot of those yards for Pittsburgh. So I'm expecting Trey Burton to have a lot of receptions this week.
Tight end, I'm going Eric Ebron of the Indianapolis Colts. Taking on the Houston Texans. Let's be honest, Houston has not lived up to expectations. They've been pretty bad, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Their safeties were not as good as advertised. And Ebron has been getting a bulk of the red zone looks from the Colts, so I think he'll be a big factor this week.
Alright, flex, I'm going Christian Kirk of the Cardinals. They're playing the Seahawks, and for some reason, I don't know why, even when the Seahawks were in their height, the Cardinals always gave them a problem, and now with Sherman gone, with Chancellor gone, and with the start of Josh Rosen, I don't know, I just see maybe a little rookie chemistry going there, and
Alright, flex. I've kind of got a dual flex here, but my main flex this week is Buck Allen of the Baltimore Ravens. He by no means gets the yardage. This is really like a running back or flex if you're in a pinch, if you need to replace somebody who's injured. He's scored every single week. He gets third down reps and he gets goal line reps. Weird combination, but it's what he gets, and he somehow always finds a way to score. My other one is John Brown, who is really Michael Crabtree's sidekick. But he still gets some decent yardage every week. These are really like flex if you're in a pinch type guys from the Ravens here. Well, am I supposed to announce from that? It's time for the Teddy Rider! Boom of the week, everybody!
Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really work.
All right.
Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really work it like that. Here comes the, here comes the.
All right, you know what time it is. It's time. The Boom of the week. And who else? But Andy Dalton going against the trash Atlanta Falcons. We all saw it last week. I mean, they look really It's gotten 30 plus points in its first 3 weeks.
I'm the type of man that might go for revenge.
And one of other teams that are in Carolina.
Take the dough off your
You
pants.
can do that for all these teams who go against the defense. Atlanta is terrible. Who is going to cover? AJ Green.
Mama thinks she want a slow
No, he's terrible. No. So, you know what?
Like AIDS full
You
blown.
can have Andy Dalton on your
Like
team.
a blind man reading. I'm feeling this life.
You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Dead. Sorry, Andy Dalton. You're an idiot. Alright. Are we doing matchups?
You want to do matchups?
We can go with that pretty quick. Alright, what we got? Giants, Saints.
I'm going,
Shootout game, either way.
yeah, I could see this game ending up either way. It's really, honestly, it's how well the Giants O-line holds up. It's really, honestly, can Cam Jordan get into the backfield enough to cause enough pressure to Eli for him to throw a turnover?
Yep.
That it's all to the Giants' offensive line, honestly.
It's definitely all that. Eagles, Titans. I'm going Eagles. Anybody have anybody against that? No.
Oh, I am.
Oh God.
I am.
Care to defend that or no?
Go Titans, baby. Mark Mariota's the real deal. I mean, I don't even know.
All right. Ravens, Steelers. So that was an interesting one.
Where are we playing?
Where are we playing? Is it in Pittsburgh or in Baltimore?
You want to do a little fact check?
Anytime now.
It's in Pittsburgh.
I'll go to Pittsburgh.
I'm still going Pittsburgh. Because, do you know, it takes Big Ben a few weeks to warm up. I don't want to say he's like 100, but it still takes him 4 weeks to warm up.
That's true.
So I'm going Pittsburgh.
Alright. Baltimore's offense is too inconsistent to keep
Yeah.
up with Pittsburgh's.
Yeah.
When they actually
They
get
played
going.
decent last week.
Yeah.
So they'll be bad this week.
Exactly.
Go down
It's-
by prediction.
This is kind of how Baltimore's offense goes. Colts, Texans.
Colts.
Houston looks awful.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand. They have a lot of. They've
It's their
good
O-line.
team.
It's worse than the Giants' O-line.
That wasn't even their problem. No, that wasn't even their problem. Deshaun Watson just doesn't look that good. is.
He really doesn't.
Yeah.
Last week he was spiking balls into the ground short of receivers.
He seemed like panic.
I mean, even despite Will Fuller having an amazing year so
Yeah,
far,
he's
I'm
having
like,
a great
really,
year.
Their defense is honestly kind of letting them down too. I mean,
They're not playing well.
they gave up how many points last week in the first? They gave up most of their points in the first half last week.
Yeah.
They underestimated the loss of AJ Boyd.
They just.
Yeah,
Their
they really thought
secondary.
AJ Boye was just like a random system corner that they could just replace.
Yeah.
But he turned out to be a stud.
They
Alright.
couldn't cover both Odell and Shepard
Yeah.
last week. So.
Bucks, Bears.
This is a really interesting matchup somehow. Like, I thought this was like a snooze fest, I thought, at the beginning of the season. Now this actually looks interesting.
I'm
It's
giving it to
magic,
the
man.
Bears.
No,
I think.
no.
I don't know.
Wait. The Packer fans giving it to the Bears. We gotta hear this.
I think Fitzmagic has run out.
No.
I don't think he has that much left in the
He
tank.
played decent last week.
I don't think he has that much left in the
For
tank.
400 yards again last week, man.
But the Bears defense is just sick.
Yeah, I don't know if he can get
I don't
400
know.
yards
I
against
don't
that
know if he's gonna be able to keep with Khalil Mack in his face all game long. That's really all.
Him with nice
team.
little
Khalil Mack,
slip on.
possible MVP candidate, according
Yeah.
to a lot of people. So
Dolphins, Patriots.
it's always a weird. Is it in New England or in Miami?
I think the Patriots just can't lose.
In Foxborough, I don't think they can.
Yeah.
They're 1-2. This is like
This is
Might
a must-
have-
Brady had his bad week. That's last
Yeah.
week. Now here
Their,
he comes.
their defense, they're gonna get back Trey Flowers, Patrick Chung, and Eric Rowe.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
So it's gonna be a little bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, their secondary is gonna be at least
It's
better,
Yeah,
and their pass rush is gonna be
better.
an actual pass
Pass
rush.
rush.
Yeah. They
So they'll be better.
their best pass rusher last week was Adrian Claiborne.
Yeah.
It's like 100.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Miami can keep this up.
No, neither do I. All right. Lions, Cowboys, and Dallas.
The Lions didn't look bad last week.
That's true. The Lions.
You know,
The question is is it just because Matt Patricia knew the Patriots, or did it just take a few weeks for his version of the Lions to actually show
I
up?
don't know. Their defense looked really good.
Their defense did
Yeah.
look really good
But-
last week.
We're in a struggling Dak
I mean,
Prescott.
that's true.
Yeah, Jack
Struggling-
can't pass.
Yeah.
He can.
Well, this game's very up to how well Zeke can run the ball, because it's pretty evident that they're not going to win with Dak driving it down the field. It's really up to Zeke.
Yeah. They need to get a lead early and then keep that.
Yeah.
They can't fall behind early. If they do, they're
Yeah.
going to lose.
Bengals, Falcons. Ted, what do you think of this?
Oh, I hate you guys.
It's got to be the Bengals.
You guys already know what I think.
It's got to be the Bengals. The Falcons don't look good this year, man. I mean, injuries on the
It's just
defensive
injuries.
side of the ball. And they lost another guy for the year. Torn Achilles, who's the Allen or
Ricardo Allen,
Allen. No Deion Jones, no whatever the hell is Keanu Neal. Their defense just isn't good enough to keep them in ball games like it was last year and the year before that. So
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
The question is, are the Bengals actually for real? That's the question.
you know, just
They're looking like in a slightly above average.
Team.
Yeah.
So it's going to be closer than it should have been looking at it in for the season, but
Yeah.
it can go either way.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Just Jags. Personally, I think the Jaguars defense is going to take a big dump on Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah. If there's one thing Tom Coughlin loves, it's abusing rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah. Browns, Raiders.
Browns.
Marquee match of the week.
Cleveland.
Believe land, man. We've been saying it since our first year doing this, and it really is time. I think Baker's is going to lead them to their second win this week.
I think so
I
too.
think they're going to win back-to-back games the first
Also-
time in franchise history.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Can we just say this? Oakland literally is becoming the choke masters this season.
Yeah.
They were leading in every single game at one point.
Well, you know,
And
it's
then-
because their defense flat out
Yeah,
sucks.
their
without
defense is
Khalil
horrible.
Mack.
Yeah, they have nobody. Bruce Irvin is the only guy who does anything, and
Yeah.
their defense is just horrible.
It's Seahawks, Cardinals.
You know, I think
Who's
it's,
It's in Arizona.
I think the Cardinals take this one. I think Josh Rosen coming in is going to be similar to Baker coming in for the Browns. I think it's going to add a little extra spark
It's
to
gonna
this
light
Cardinals
the
team.
spark that will start the fire of the Arizona Cardinals.
Well said, Teddy. Well
Well
said.
said.
I think
Star Wars.
I think that the Cardinals are going to take this one too. I think thing we don't know, Josh Rosen isn't really a guy that gets flustered very easily. He's pretty composed. So I think Seattle's going to try to throw a lot at him, but I just see him handling all of it very well.
And he's got the weapons to do it too.
Yeah, I think Seattle's going to be in for a day against him.
Do we have any
But
other ones?
49ers Chargers.
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 49ers.
That was the last one?
Oh no, and Chiefs Broncos.
This could actually be an interesting matchup, but I think the Chiefs will take this. I don't see Pat Mahomes putting up another, 48 spot. It's
It's
probably his
that
toughest
time
test, but I think
again.
the Chiefs go to, what is it, 4 now? I think the Chiefs go.
We gotta say
Well,
good
everybody,
night.
thank you very much for tuning in this week
You
again.
know it's
AVC
getting
Fantasy Focused. My name is AVC, as always. With Kenny Ryder and Max Saponis. And we'll see you all next time.
Thanks for